Well, the storm is here. The person who's going to present who's going to present Twitter Storm today for us is Tim Frisch. Tim is one of the co-hosts of Nerd Alert, which you should check out, youtube.com/Nerd Alert. He's also the director of Pop Triggered, which you should also check out on YouTube. Tim, what's the first one there for us?
All right, the first asked Cenk. It's Cenk, right? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, Tim, I believe it is. That's
okay,
right.
Good. Coolest Geek Ever asks, let's say Wolf Pac gets this amendment passed. What's stopping this corrupt Congress from repealing it the very next day?
Well, coolest geek ever? That's the beauty of an amendment. Congress can't repeal it. It's a sad day for them. That's why we're not going for a bill, because a bill can just get, there could be, a new bill can come the very next day, wiping it out. Now, the amendment is the highest law in the land. It's above a bill. It's above the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, as viciously pro-corporate as they are, doesn't matter. If you get an amendment, they got to listen to it. The only way you can get rid of an amendment is by passing another amendment. Now, good luck trying to get 3/4 of the states to agree to put money back into politics to pass a second amendment. That ain't going to happen. So that's why we're going for an amendment, not any weak sauce that can get overturned. All right, what's next?
Melody Bernal asks, how did the soundboard start? What was the first clip, and what's your favorite clip?
All right, well, it got started when we were on the radio. This is actually a radio contraption from the old days. I once saw it, I think, it was on Randy Rhoads' show when I was filling in for her, and I was like, wow, I like that. Dave, can we get one of those? And we did. I think the first clip might have been, but it's possible that it was,
Release the Kraken.
It was one of those. Those are still among my favorite, and you'll hear me play those from time to time, so that's where it comes from. Next.
Stephen Buckley asks, excluding not getting with more women, what's your biggest regret in early life?
That's funny. I wish I hit harder in football. Isn't that a funny regret, right? But I was like record-breaking JV football player. This does not speak well of me. Okay, I'm going to explain, right? And I was great in practice, but I think I got a little nervous before the games. And God, that burrows away at me. Because you don't have to be nervous about life. I mean, quite literally, you go tackle it, right? I wish that I was more unrestrained on the football field when the games actually started, and that still haunts me a little bit. And that's why I still sometimes have dreams about getting back on the football field and breaking an ankle. All right, next.
John Connor asks, do you think the U.S. is still the great country your father knew when he came? Would he still come to the USA in 2013?
The second part of that question is a really good one. Next time I see the big Dogan, I'm going to ask him, because, man, it's been tarnished. All the torture and the ridiculous wars and the abuse of civil liberties and the income inequality, trying to wipe out the American dream. But I think that in the end, the American people still believe in the right idea and the right principles. Now, look, our politicians have screwed it up in 100 different ways, and our system where they're ruled by not us but by the money, of course, is hurting this and might one day put out the flame. But that flame is still not put out at this point. I still believe in it, and I still believe that since the American people, in the end, and I know that I'm not just saying that like a politician would. I say it because I look at the polls every single day. I know exactly where they stand, and they stand on the right side of issues. So we can get this country back to greatness, but we're not quite there yet. Next.
Jan Lewis asks, you tell a lot of really corny jokes in the show. Do you write all your own material?
You know what's the funniest thing, Jan? You asking whether we write material. There's no writing, man. There's no prompter. We're just going, right? And if I remember something I thought of in the morning, great. Most oftentimes I don't. I just go with whatever's at the top of my head based on the ideas that I already have. So it's not like, I came up with a minimum wage segment we just did off the top of my head, right? We thought it through, and it's something we worked on throughout the years to be able to present that to you. But there's no comedy writers writing corny jokes. I am just corny. That's the actual answer. Okay, next.
Skeletor Farnsworth asks, when you were a Republican, how socially liberal were you? Pro same-sex marriage, legal drugs, pro-choice?
Yeah, this might be even more embarrassing than the football answer. On same-sex marriage, I evolved. Look, first of all, let's understand something. I was pro-sex my whole life. Okay, so I was liberal in that sense. You know, I don't remember honestly where I stood on the specific issues of gay rights, but I wish I was better on that from the get-go. But if I was bad on it, and I think I was for a while, I turned around fairly quickly on that. In terms of legal drugs, no, I thought that the drugs should be illegal until I saw the weight of the evidence and saw that Portugal, when they legalized drugs, basically decriminalized it, had their rate of drugs go down, right? Drug use didn't go up, it went down. And the gang violence here, and especially in Mexico, swung me completely to legalizing drugs. So all this is an evolution. And finally, on the pro-choice matter, no, there was actually a brief period of time that I was pro-life, because I thought that life scientifically begins at conception. So I'm still sympathetic to that point of view. What made me change my mind was one day I realized, look, it's not a life that's independent. And that makes a big, big difference. That's why I thought both sides were a little wrong, right? It's weird to say that life starts at the second or third trimester. That doesn't seem that scientific to me. But it's also weird to say that, oh, at conception we have a full independent life. Well, obviously we don't, right? It's dependent on the mother. So my idea and my principle to this day, ever since that epiphany, was that if it's dependent on the mother, well, then the mother gets to make the decision. I think that's reasonable. I think that's how I switched my position on that. And I switched that well before I stopped being a Republican. All right, next.
Gideon asks, how is it like after doing TYT? Like, do you guys go straight home or something?
Okay. No, we stay here all night. We're partying all night. We bring girls in. We go crazy. No, I mean, we work. We come in early in the morning. We produce the show. We do the show. And then we'll do a post game. We'll shoot a bunch of other annoying ads or whatever we got to shoot, right? And then the editors are still here and some portion of the workforce here. But yeah, we go home. We sit down and we watch TV. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you, Tim Frisch. Everybody check him out on Nerd Alert. And Tim does have the record for whitest TYT employee. And you might be able to tell why. He does compete with the other Tim Collins, who you might have seen on some occasions. All right, that's all we got for you right now. Go.